Howdy folks, my name is Richie, aka Bog Otter. Happy holidays and happy new year. As we close out 2013, I thought I would do a vlog like I did last year, just looking back throughout the year and going over just basically what happened to me this year, gaming related wise, what's going on with the YouTube channel, social media, give you some statistics, and for people who might enjoy that kind of stuff, it might be interesting to hear some of those statistics and stuff like that. So let's jump into it. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has supported me throughout the year, who has sent me comments and likes and shared my videos and given me feedback and played with me in different games and stuff like that, and met with me at conventions. I just wanted to say that I've really truly appreciate it. Those are the types of interactions that keep me going, and without you guys, I wouldn't be able to make any of this content. So thank you very much. But let's talk about statistics. Last year, I actually did a vlog like this, and I pulled a bunch of numbers, and I get to compare those numbers to where we are this year, and so we got some interesting stuff. So at this time last year, at the end of 2012, I had 5,067 subscribers on the YouTubes, and closing out this year, let's see what the number is right at this exact second, actually. This exact second, we have 13,182 subscribers on my channel. So that is not quite triple, but it's close. It's over double, which is pretty awesome stuff. Let's see, on Twitter, I had 1,557 followers last year, and now I have 2,704. Facebook, I don't have stats from last year, but I have 515 following me on Facebook, and people that have me in circles on Google Plus is 542. Actually, more people have me followed on Google Plus than Facebook, which is kind of strange and interesting to me. So overall, big growth for the channel in 1 year. I'm pretty happy about it. Now, some of those came in big spurts, and I'll talk about that when I kind of recap all the games I played and what were some of my more popular videos. There were a couple months where I would gain like 1,600 or 1,700 subscribers in 1 month, and then I'd go back to what I usually get, like 400 or 500 in a month and stuff like that. So it's interesting to watch these statistics and watch when I get these growth spurts and stuff like that. In terms of views, last year I had 1,064,941 views on all my videos in 2012. This year it was 1,088,856. So it was a little bit of an increase, and there's a big reason for that. There was a couple really big videos I did for Massively last year that really took off and got over 300,000 views in one video and stuff like that. So I did beat the number of views in 2013 over 2012, but I had to make a lot more videos this year in order to do that. The top 10 countries that are watching me remain the same as the top 10 from last year, but they're just in a slightly different order. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this here. Playback locations, I think is where it is. No, that's not it at all. That was total fail there. Here we go. Demographics, top geography. So it is United States, followed by the United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Australia, Netherlands, Sweden, Poland, and Russia and France. That's my top 10. We'll go down another 5 just for fun. So after France, we have Spain, Brazil, Belgium, and Denmark, followed by Norway finally there. So those are the top countries that are watching. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, the top 10 didn't change, just the order switched a little bit. Last year, Germany was second, and now UK has taken the place. It's a race. It's a race of the countries. And, all right, so let's talk about the top 10 videos. This is where I think, again, this is interesting to me. I don't know how interesting it is to you, but let's talk about what 10 videos on my channel this year got the most views and why, and kind of what the impact of these things are. Because as a content producer, I'm always trying to figure out what's going to get the most views. What are people interested in seeing? What is going to help me grow my channel? So the top by far the top video, and I still get a lot of emails every single week with comments on this video, is the Elder Scrolls Online Synergy. What's the whole title here? Synergies, Finesse, Mounts, Vampires, and More. So what happened was, and I'll go into more detail on this. Massively sent me to ZeniMax Online Studios to kind of test out the Elder Scrolls Online back in March. And I also got to interview some of the devs, and I got to write an article for Massively based on that, and I got to actually I actually wrote 3 articles, and one of them was kind of like a video summary, and that was this video, and they allowed me to host it on my channel. So that video got 230,193 views this year and climbing. So huge viral video on that front. So that was awesome. Now the next popular video on my channel, the next most views is 28,000. So we went from 230 to 28,000. Oh my God, that is a huge bump. I wish I could avoid having that big of a swing. So my second biggest one is the Guild Wars 2 Boomerangs Guide for Returning Players. There was a series of 3 videos I've done for Boomerangs. The first one did really, really well. The other 2, decent. So my second highest video was that, and ArenaNet definitely helped me get the word out on that. They posted on their Facebook page, which was a huge help and probably why it's got so many views. The next video is the world first to quadro kill on Blackgate server. So I was very fortunate. I don't often have a ton of free time, and I can't often like log in at a moment's notice because of kids and house responsibilities, all that kind of stuff. But for whatever reason, the day they put out the update for the updated to quaddle in Guild Wars 2, I had a lot of free time, and I was basically able to do like all the attempts on the Blackgate server, not on an overflow. And over the course, I think it took us 6 attempts or so, I got in on the world first kill, and I got footage, and I got it up that night. So 23,044 views on that video. I was very lucky, and it was a lot of fun. Huge amount of fun being a part of that. The next video is another Massively video, Neverwinter Beta character creation. And that was also posted on massively.com. That got 21,279 views. And now we have a bunch of Guild Wars, all the rest are Guild Wars 2 videos. Guild Wars 2 Trolling with the Bouquet of Roses, which was a gem store preview I did back in February. That got over 20,000 views. The Guild Wars 2 Bazaar of the Four Winds patch preview, just shy of 17,000 views on that one. Guild Wars 2 Fast Leveling in the Crown Pavilion, 14,000 views. Okay, this next one kills me. This destroys my soul. You ready for this one? All right, so Guild Wars 2 Wayfarer Foothills 100% map completion walkthrough. And if you listen to my vlog from last year this time, that was my top 10 video in 2012. This video was not even put out in 2013, and it still got more views this year than most of my other videos, right? I put out like, I don't know, like 150 to 200 videos this year, and a video I put out in August of 2012 has more views. Let's see, what are the total views on this puppy? Total views on this puppy are 36,000, but I got, this year I got about 14,000 views on it. Now, the reason why it pains my heart and soul is this, because obviously it's good news I get more views on it, but I made that video when Guild Wars 2 first came out. I said, all right, let me do one of the starting zones. I'll do map completion. And for whatever reason, it took me a long time. I put a lot of effort into that video. I explained this last year. It took about 6 or 7 hours to put that video together. And it got a couple thousand views when I first posted it. And I just thought, it's not worth that much time to put in a video. And who's going to really, watch these map completions, and stuff like that. So I didn't do any other zone. That's the only zone I did. If I had gone through and just said, these are the videos I'm going to do, and did one of those for every single zone, oh my God, the views and the growth on the channel would have been huge. So I continue to kick myself for not following through and just doing that with every zone, because it's still this year one of my more popular videos. Anyway, you kind of live and learn, right? So, and rounding out the top 10, we have 2 more videos. New character hair and eye colors for Guild Wars 2. That got about 13,500. And Guild Wars 2 Ascended Weapon Preview, 13,378. Now, there's good news and bad news. Last year, all my top videos were Massively videos, and because I got paid by Massively to produce those videos, I didn't actually monetize them at all. And so, a lot of my top 10 videos from last year, I didn't get any kind of ad revenue from. This year is kind of similar for a couple videos. The Elder Scrolls Online with the 230,000, that's not monetized. I really have to get one of these plus 100,000 videos with ads on them because, that would be really nice to actually, get rewarded in that way. And the Neverwinter character beta video was not monetized, but 8 out of my top 10 were monetized. So that was definitely better than last year where I think only like 2 of them were. And overall, that's how it kind of, we've rounded out my top videos this year. Other interesting stats. I guess the only other interesting thing from statistic point of view that I want to mention is last year, 89% of my viewers were male and only 11% were female. This year, my female audience grew an entire percentage point. I'm up to 12% female viewership. Yeah, boy! So that's amazing. All right, so let's talk about the big things that happened in 2013, some of my goals for 2013, and then we'll talk about, 2014. So I started off last year with just wanting to play more games, a more variety of games, and produce content on that variety of games. And I started off right away doing Guild Wars 2, obviously, but also putting out a Walking Dead Let's Play series. I said, I want to play this game. I'm going to record it. And I did the whole thing. It took me a while to get all the videos out, but I did... I don't know, 20-something videos maybe on The Walking Dead Season 1, and even I did the DLC as well, 400 Days. And that was a lot of fun to do. There was a lot of work to it as well, but it was mostly just fun. And I still think to this day that it's some of my best content out there. And the people that did view it and commented on it really seemed to love it and would always ask me, like, when's the next one coming out? I even have some real-life friends of mine who don't actually watch a lot of my content say that they watched all of those videos. But I don't know exactly what it is, but they didn't get a ton of views. They would get a couple hundred views on them. So I don't know. On the one hand, it was fun and I love the game. And but on the other hand, I was disappointed that it didn't get a lot of views. So I was thinking maybe it was because the game had already been out a long time, and maybe that contributed to it. Maybe because it was such a story-based game, and either people wanted to play it themselves rather than spoil it. I don't know exactly what it is, but that was my first foray into stepping into some new stuff in 2013, and it was mildly successful. I think some people really liked it. As a side note, because some people have been asking, I'm not going to do season 2 of The Walking Dead, mostly because Telltale Games came out with some statements on a forum post right before it kind of released saying that, hey, just a reminder, we don't approve of monetization of our videos of our games. Now, a lot of companies have to do that. I'm not going to get into this whole topic, but a lot of companies have to kind of put out there that they are protecting their IP, because you have to show that you're protecting your intellectual property. Otherwise, it'd be hard to fight it in court and stuff like that if you can prove that you haven't been protecting it. For example, Guild Wars 2 Terms of Service says you can't monetize their videos either, but we know that they still promote and try to help the community put out content that's monetized. So they say something legally, but on the other hand, whether they follow up with it or not is a different story. But just it was a little ominous, them coming right out and saying that right as it kind of released. So I know a couple other YouTubers shied away from it as well, but you can also find tons of Let's Plays of it where people did monetize it. So anyway, I chose not to kind of make those videos at this point. So anybody who's wondering on that. So let's talk about what else happened in 2013. Around March, I already mentioned this. I actually had 2 things happen to me in March that were great. First was Massively sent me to ZeniMax Studios in Maryland, and I got to meet with the dev team that was working on Elder Scrolls Online. I got to play it for several hours at their studio. I also got to interview some of the devs, and it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. I was there with Scott Hawks. We were doing Guildcast at the time for a long time before that, and we never actually met, so we got to meet there. and so much fun. My first time ever in a game studio's office. It was my first kind of dev interview that I did, and it was just a great experience all around. I had a lot of fun playing the game, and I got to kind of produce some content based on that. So that was fun. But the very next week, 1 week after meeting them, I got to go to PAX East, where I got to see a lot of the devs again, and they gave me a VIP pass to their PAX party, which was in the heart of Boston. There's actually a castle in the heart of Boston where they had this Elder Scrolls party, and they had like food and drinks and stations set up that you could play Elder Scrolls online, and they had games and gambling and merchandise and stuff like that. That was an absolute blast to go to that as well. And then at the PAX East itself, there was a ton of fun. I got to meet some viewers out there. They came up to me and said hello and shook my hand, and that was just kind of a surreal experience. And overall, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to go back. I should be going back this April 2014 to PAX East as well. So I got to do those things. And when I got home from PAX and from my trip to ZeniMax, I started up doing Nexus Talk and Tamriel Talk. I figured I already do Tyria Talk for Guild Wars. Let me start one up for Elder Scrolls and for WildStar. And I think I only did a couple episodes, like 4 or 5 Nexus Talks for WildStar, when Mike B, aka Phony, contacted me and said, hey, I'm now kind of driving the content for the ZAM official YouTube channel, and we'd like to bring Nexus Talk over here. We want to basically buy your show and put it up on the ZAM official channel. And I was like, yeah, let me think about that for half a second before I say yes. So that was really cool. So that's why Nexus Talk hasn't been on my channel. I hope that kind of people follow me on Twitter whatnot realize I do a talk show every single week since last June or something like that. I think I have 32 episodes up now, but that's not on my channel. That's on the ZAM official channel. So go over there and make sure you check that out if you're interested in it. So that was really cool. That's actually one of my better gigs at the moment in terms of it's fun to do, and it's also financially rewarding, which is always helpful. And so, yeah, Nexus Talk has been moved over there, and I stopped doing Tamriel Talk, and there's a couple reasons for that. Mainly because following Guild Wars so closely to do my content for that and for doing Guildcast, and also now I have to make sure I'm hitting a deadline every week on Nexus Talk. I felt like it's hard to really follow more than 2, at least for me, more than 2 MMOs that closely. And so I had to make a choice, and Elder Scrolls Online kind of fell off at that point. It also didn't hurt the fact that they announced that it's going out for consoles, which kind of I don't know. It's great for people who want to play Elder Scrolls on a console, but not necessarily for the type of content that I'm interested in, more like hardcore PvE. I don't know if hardcore is the right word, but PvE, raiding, and different things like that. And those just aren't features that I see as kind of being prominent in Elder Scrolls Online. And also having a sub fee, I don't know. So overall, I've been a little bit turned off on Elder Scrolls Online, and but we'll see what the future holds in that regard. So just real quick, a couple other things I did. I in terms of trying to branch out, I did a couple Neverwinter videos. That game didn't really grab me. I did some Cube World collaboration with IRL Jasmine, which was a ton of fun. Again, though, I branched out into another game. Those videos didn't get a lot of views, which was kind of disappointing because I kind of wanted to do it. I guess that game overall had this spark of attention really fast. A lot of people were really into it for a couple week period, and then it just totally died out. And they haven't really done any updates to the game, so that's kind of where that game fell. And then we're getting into like the back half of the year. In September and October, I had a couple huge videos with Guild Wars 2, which prompted a lot of growth. The Boomerang videos, the guides to returning players, were really successful, and the Tequatl ones, that's when I was getting a huge spike in subscribers. I think in 1 month, I got close to 2,000 subscribers in 1 month, which has just never happened in the history of my channel, so that was great. And then it kind of died off in November. I didn't do much with my channel then, and then suddenly I've had a surge in December, just playing a lot of Hearthstone. I really, really enjoy Hearthstone. And some of the videos actually did pretty well. And I've also gotten special permission from Carbine to release some beta footage of the level 1 through 15 experience in WildStar, which has been a lot of fun to pump out that content. So I kind of like, and it was interesting timing because ArenaNet and Guild Wars at the same moment decided to take like a break until the end of January in terms of releasing new content. So I had a break in in what I had to cover in Guild Wars 2, and Hearthstone and WildStar were there to kind of fill the gap. So I've actually ended the year pretty strong, putting out a lot of content. Some videos two times in a day, and pretty much every day hitting content. So that's kind of everything that happened this year. It was fun. It was a roller coaster ride. I didn't get to play a lot of the games that what's becoming a challenge is there are games like, for example, BioShock Infinite, which I know everybody loves, and I really wanted to play, and I bought it. I bought it on Steam right when it came out, so I paid full price, which is kind of silly, and I have not even loaded it up. I have not even loaded the game up, and part of the reason is because I kind of have to look at, I don't know, I'm at the point where I'm looking at every gaming experience that I have as if I'm not recording the content for use on my channel or for streaming or whatnot, then I kind of am viewing it as I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time playing games because I could be playing games, as part of my work. And I hate that that's happening, but that's an unfortunate side effect of trying to, make a career out of this. So I haven't even played BioShock Infinite. The one game I kind of let myself just play without making any footage of or without covering it all was Tomb Raider in 2013. I absolutely loved that game, but I didn't actually do a Let's Play or anything like that out of it and stuff like that. Now, looking ahead into the new year, into 2014, I've got some rough plans on what I'm going to be continuing to do. I'm going to obviously make Guild Wars 2 videos. I realize a lot of the subscribers I have on this channel love Guild Wars 2, and I love Guild Wars 2, and I think that once they start the content updates again at the end of January, we're going to really see some special things. I think having a bit more time to wrap up the storyline for the Living World Season 1 is going to have some really cool patches for us. And I think, I don't know, I would guess that there's going to be some sort of big announcement later this year. Maybe an announcement for an expansion or some big content switch up. I don't know. I have a feeling that they're doing some things behind the scenes that are really going to wow people and reinvigorate, people's interests from people who might have taken a break from Guild Wars 2. And so I'm going to continue to do a lot of Guild Wars 2 content. I'm also obviously highly looking forward to WildStar, and I'm going to continue to put out more beta content. But as we lead up to the 2014 spring launch of the game, I'm going to continue to cover it, and of course, I'm excited for that game too. I think the end game, some of the activities there, the raiding, the dungeons, the veteran modes, the war plots, they're really going to be something to watch out for. So I'm excited for that. I may check out EQ Landmark, EQ Next, EverQuest Next Landmark. I'm not so keen on paying for the alpha or the beta or whatever the packages that are available now to get in early. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually spend the money for that, but I did play the original EverQuest, and I do have some friends that are interested in taking a look at it. So who knows? Maybe I'll play some of that and make some content on that as well. I'm still going to say my goal for this year is to continue to look at playing a wider variety of games. I think that's important. I don't want to just be a Guild Wars 2 channel. I do enjoy Hearthstone quite a bit. That's actually my newest addiction. I'm playing that more than any other game right now because it's just so easy to just say, oh, I'm going to play a match or two, and it takes like 15 or 20 minutes or so. So expect some more Hearthstone videos as well. And I guess finally, I just want to kind of let you guys know a little bit what's going on with me and it's related to the channel, so let me just spit it out. I started this journey of making content and writing and videos and stuff like that over 3 years ago, and I was a stay-at-home dad, and I thought, hey, maybe I can cobble together this part-time job doing video game related stuff. That's what I'm passionate about. And I gave myself a couple of years to do it as my kids were still young at the time. And, hopefully I could grow it to the point where it could be, a good supplemental income financially. Like, I knew it was never going to, rock the boat, the financial world that way, but at least it could actually help support the family while I'm home and, doing things like homework and shuttling them off to soccer practice and taking care of the kids when they're sick and different things like that. Well, I've had a lot of success growing my channel and getting involved in some great video game websites and stuff like that. If I'm being totally honest, on the financial end, it has not been good. It is not growing. It's not growing exponentially with the viewership. the ad revenue is just really low, if I'm being totally frank. So this year, I really, unfortunately, have to focus on the financial aspects of this business. And whereas before I was content to just, all right, you know what, I'll do things that are not monetized, necessarily, just to try to grow the channel and stuff like that. I have to make sure that I'm really taking advantage of the time that I have to really produce content that's actually going to not only be enjoyable to watch, but also is financially makes sense. So, for example, making a video that gets a couple thousand views that took me 10 hours to make, well, I can't really do that. I have to do either quicker content that gets decent views, or I have to, if I'm going to put a lot of time into a video, I got to make sure that it's going to really bring in a lot of views and stuff like that. So, but along that line, people that have made it this far into this video, you're probably my most hardcore supporters and stuff like that. Please continue to like and favorite and share the videos. It really does help. There's an engagement statistics I can look at on each video, and it tells me how engaged the audience is on that video. And it compares things like how many comments do I get, how many people favorited it, how many people shared it, and how many people hit that like button. And the more engagement a video has, the easier it is to get searched on Google and YouTube search results. So that really can have a direct impact on my videos. If you just go in there, even if it's a video you're not that interested in, if you're at least hitting like and doing things like that, that really helps support it. And if you can share it on sites like Reddit, like, I can't promote my own stuff on Reddit, but when somebody puts my posts on Reddit, they seem to get a lot of views. But also, fan sites, guild sites, anywhere you feel comfortable sharing my videos, I really would appreciate that. I'm also in the market for a new computer. The computer I'm using right now is almost 3 years old. It's still doing its job, but everything is getting slow. The rendering times of my videos, some of my videos, if it's like a 20 or 30 minute long video, it takes hours to kind of render. I've had to tone down some of my stream settings on some games. If I'm streaming or frapsing, I can't necessarily always have it in max settings. So while the computer itself is fine for just normal gaming, to actually produce the content I want, I actually need to upgrade, and I know it's going to take a while for me to get the funds to do so. So I'm starting the fund drive now, even if it takes me 6 months or 7 months or so like that to save up the money. But I do have a donation link if anybody has some extra income and want to help fund my new computer. I've been putting the link in the description of some of my videos recently. I've gotten 2 donations so far, so thank you very much. And if you want to help me get a new computer quicker, that would be totally appreciated. So that's going to wrap things up. I hope you guys have a happy holiday season and have a happy New Year. Make sure you make some great New Year's resolutions, but don't follow them because you can just give those up for Lent anyway. And hit the table. Slightly do an internal belch there. It's a great way to wrap up this video. There's another one of those internal burp things. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I truly appreciate everybody helping me out with my channel and enjoying the videos. And yeah, that's going to wrap things up. I hope everybody has a great 2014, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
God bless America.